Right now, the search for a missing Titanic tour sub. Researchers are racing to save passengers before their oxygen runs out.
Plus, friends and family of a Madison man in mourning this morning after he was shot and killed early Saturday.
And we are waking up to some comfortable temperatures on this last full day of spring. Summer arrives tomorrow. It's going to feel like it. We'll talk about those temperatures coming up.
You know, I forgot it was still spring. It's feeling so summer-like out there, right?
You know, it's kind of one of those things. I'm like, it's astronomical spring. Basically, it's just the longest day of the year.
Well,
it's silly.
Oh my gosh, you guys
Kids
have your
are
own
out.
calendar. Mother Nature has its calendar, and other people have their own calendar. It's just like, whatever, it's hot.
It's Wisconsin.
Chris Stanford's running for president on the platform that we get rid of all of these calendars and just have one very clear calendar.
What would that be?
I don't know.
You don't know.
You're the expert.
But this is it. I mean, according to the sun and the solstice and all that, this is it.
Yeah.
Summer is almost here.
Yeah, the longest day of the year arrives tomorrow, so today is the last full day of spring, and you know, it's starting off really nice. We've had these very comfortable mornings because the atmosphere is very dry, not a lot of moisture in the air, not a lot of humidity. We've dropped down to 55 here in Madison right now, 60 in Juneau, 58 in the Dells, 55 in Lone Rock. It's going to be heating up, though, going into the afternoon with the dry air in place. Temperatures in the upper 80s getting close to 90 as we go through the rest of the week. And it will be dry right through Saturday, but it looks like by Sunday, good chances of rain. Widespread rain expected and some beneficial rains by the end of the weekend. Boy, do we need it. Temperatures today, though, rising through the 80s with an east wind around 10 miles per hour. Should be topping out in the mid to upper 80s. 86 expected today with the hazy sunshine and some of that smoke creating a white out there on some of the areas. But we are looking at some warm temperatures for the rest of the week, but that chance of rain does ramp up into the weekend. More on that and see how much rain we can expect for the weekend coming up.
Okay, Kelly Slifka, thank you very much. We appreciate it. It's 6:01 now. Let's take a live look at a spot off the East Coast. Excuse me, we don't have that live look. We're going to go straight to news about a missing submarine on the coast that's searching for, crews are searching for that sub before it runs out of air.
And what's crucial about all this morning is that time is of the essence. Their oxygen is running out, and those crews only have a limited amount of time to look for them. CBS's Jared Hill has the latest on the search.
The U.S. Coast Guard is leading the desperate multinational search for a submersible that disappeared deep into the North Atlantic Sunday. Officials say it lost communication about an hour and a half into its dive to explore the wreckage of the Titanic.
It is a challenge to conduct a search in that remote area, but we are deploying all available assets.
The minivan-sized vessel named Titan has enough oxygen to last for about 4 days. It's owned and operated by OceanGate, a company that takes tourists on deep-sea explorations for a $250,000 price tag. CBS Sunday Morning correspondent David Pogue got an up-close look at the watercraft over a year ago.
There is no radio and no GPS that works underwater. So you really are on your own when you're in this thing.
British billionaire and explorer Hamish Harding is believed to be among those on the mission, according to his recent social media posts and family members.
Hamish is larger than life.
Harding's friend, Jannica Mikkelsen, has gone on expeditions with him in the past. She says that she spoke with him before he left.
The last thing I said to him was Godspeed, and I wished him luck with his dive.
Reuters reports that the Pakistani businessman Shahzada Dawood and his son may also be on the mission, citing a statement from their family. Jared Hill, CBS News.
OceanGate said in a statement that its entire focus is on the crew members and the submersible and their families, and that the company is working toward the safe return of all crew members.
Happening today, President Biden continues his campaign in California. He's scheduled to stop at a nature preserve in Palo Alto. There, he'll talk about climate change and energy jobs. He also has 2 private fundraisers scheduled for tonight. He'll be in San Francisco tomorrow to talk AI and take part in more fundraisers.
Meanwhile, former President Donald Trump's out with a new justification for keeping classified documents past his time in office. Trump sat down with Bret Baier of Fox News for an interview on that last night. He told Baier that he was well within his right to have the documents. Trump says he ignored a subpoena to return the documents because he had personal items, golf shirts, and other clothing mixed into the boxes.
Clothing in there.
And they said, can you give the documents back?
And we were talking.
And then they said they went to DOJ to subpoena you to get them
Which
back.
they've never done before.
Right. And but why not just hand them over then?
Because I had boxes. I want to go through the boxes and get all my personal things out. I don't want to hand that over to NARA yet. And I was very busy, as you've sort of seen.
Yeah, but according to the indictment, you then...
The former president is facing 37 federal felony charges related to those documents. He was arraigned in a Miami courtroom last week.
Across the country and here in Wisconsin, the lack of rain creating issues for crops like corn and soybeans. A little bit of good news. Farmers say the weather during the winter months set up good conditions for the drought we're experiencing now. Wisconsin's most recent winter, the wettest on record. Farmers say that weather will help crops during the moderate drought we're seeing now.
Now to the extreme weather in the south, including tornadoes, excessive heat, and severe thunderstorms. In Texas, parts of the state are under a heat warning through Wednesday. More than 300,000 people currently without power after a weekend of severe storms.
I thought this thing would outlast me, and I'm looking at it thinking, how did that even, what took this tree out of the from the ground? I don't understand.
The intense heat is now moving toward Louisiana.
More Wisconsin colleges could close their doors and tuition could become more costly. That's the warning from the UW system this morning. It's scrambling to figure out how to handle the potential for $32 million in funding cuts. Assembly Speaker Robin Vos threatened to pull that money over diversity, equity, and inclusion efforts on campuses in Wisconsin. The UW system's president says more two-year campuses might have to shut down if they lose the funding. UW Richland is already set to shut down in November because of low enrollment.
More affordable housing is coming to Mount Horeb. Happening today, a grand opening for Lansby Ridge. It's a 51-unit apartment building with room for mixed-income families. You can check it out for yourself. The grand opening is scheduled for today at 10:30 this morning. The building is at 400 West Garfield Street in Mount Horeb.
An Amish woman is dead after a semi hit the buggy she was traveling in this week. It happened around 3 a.m. Monday, just west of Darlington. A 30-year-old man in the buggy was seriously hurt. He had to be med-flighted to Madison. Lafayette County deputies say it appears the buggy was headed home after a gathering following Sunday worship. The buggy did have LED lights. It's not clear if they were working at the time of the crash.
6:07 now. A Madison family is mourning a 20-year-old shooting victim who died over the weekend. Family and friends gathered at Droster Park yesterday to honor him. The vigil's organizer, Cody Taylor, identified the victim as his younger brother, Nick. He wanted to bring people together and commemorate their lost loved one.
He was trying to live his life, have fun, just like kids do, go to a party and, you know, things happen. I'm just sad he's gone. I'd give anything to bring my little brother back.
Police are still investigating. The shooting happened early Sunday morning near James Madison Park. Anyone with information should call Crime Stoppers at 266-6014.
The Urban League of Greater Madison getting a boost for advancing digital literacy in the workplace thanks to Spectrum's Digital Education Grant. The money is part of Spectrum's 6-year, $8 million commitment to promote broadband technology in communities across the country. The program's goal is to make quality, high-speed internet service available at a low cost to families who need the help.
During COVID, we saw firsthand that if you did not have access to internet or you did not have access to technology, you were excluded from a lot of things. So today gives us an opportunity to close that digital divide, and we're glad to be doing it with partners like Spectrum.
This grant is the third one that Spectrum's provided in 5 years for the Urban League of Madison. That brings their total support to $90,000.
Well, what an offseason for Badger football. So much hype with the new head coach. Coming up, we're going to hear from the new quarterback and a starting receiver about all that hype surrounding the team.
And we're live from the Pheasant Branch Springs this morning as we're previewing Trails Day 2023, how you can take part in the 608.
Get over 50% off on this sofa chaise right now at the 4th of July blowout at Slumberland Furniture. Up to 60% off list throughout the store and up to 70% off on clearance items. The 4th of July blowout at Slumberland Furniture.
Happy Take and Bake Tuesday!
Every Tuesday at Papa Murphy's, you can get any large pizza for just $10.99, which makes Tuesday the best day to bring home all your favorites.
we might have too many favorites.
Order now at papamurphys.com.
Precision is an excellent company. We had an idea of what we wanted, but we weren't sure how to put it together.
It's kind of one of those things that I personally take pride in, making sure that the people make the right decision.
We highly recommend Precision.
Precision Door Service, a name you can trust.
Hello, I'm Tommy Van Ness from the Tommy Van Ness Realty Group. For over a decade, thousands of people have turned to Tommy Van Ness Realty to buy or sell their home. Because we are more than your realtor, we're your partner.
If you list with us and take advantage of our extensive marketing, everyone will know your home is for sale.
The Tommy Van Ness Realty team is working hard for you. Call Tommy Van Ness today at 608-395-7375. Why settle for less? Call Tommy Van Ness.
This is how legends are.
2024 Chevy Silverado HD with Duramax diesel. And the Chevy Silverado with powerful TurboMax engine. No matter what route you take, there's a Chevy truck to get you there. Find new roads. Get 1.9% financing on all 2023 Silverado 1500 LT TurboMax pickups, or current Chevy owners get a $5,750 total cash allowance when you trade in an eligible vehicle. Find new roads at your local Chevy dealer.
Imagine this. It's 1968, and the mayor of Milwaukee says nope to Summerfest. How many bands would you have never seen? And how many lakeside selfies just wouldn't exist? You'd never have met your new best friend while singing along to every song. Or know the feeling of hitting all 12 stages before the headliner. Thankfully, 55 years ago, Summerfest was a yes. And every year since has been one to remember. Don't miss Milwaukee Summerfest, presented by American Family Insurance.
You've evolved. You've changed. So have we. That's why new Dove Body Wash now has 24-hour renewing micro moisture for continuous care. New Dove Body Wash. Change is beautiful.
And now please welcome Anna Montoya.
Hello there, fellow students.
Incredible deal on this Sealy Queen mattress for just $399 at the 4th of July mattress blowout at Slumberland Furniture. Plus, Sealy mattresses starting as low as $129. Up to 60% off list. What a sale.
You're watching News 3 Now this morning.
Welcome back. We're following breaking news this morning. French investigators searching the headquarters of the Paris Olympic organizers. It's part of a suspected probe into possible corruption. The 2024 Summer Olympics are scheduled to take place in Paris. The office is not commenting any further. This news just into our newsroom within the last 10 minutes here. We'll continue to follow up and bring you real-time updates right here on News 3 Now this morning and over on our News 3 Now news app. 612 Trails Day 2023 coming up this weekend in the 608. Organizers hope you get out and enjoy what we have in our own backyards.
Yeah, Josh Breider's been giving us some amazing looks at all the nature right in our own backyard. I mean, in the heart of the city, and you've got beautiful pictures like this, Josh Breider.
Hey, good morning, guys. Yeah, we've got a really special treat for you, something that I've never seen in my life that we have right here at Pheasant Branch Conservancy this morning. Hans Hilbert is here to talk a little bit more about where we're at specifically right now. And, you know, we're talking about it being the last day of spring, and I feel like this is pretty fitting for the springs that we have right behind you, Hans.
Yeah, we're here at the Pheasant Branch Springs in the Dane County unit of the Pheasant Branch Conservancy. And right behind us, we got groundwater coming out that's 50 degrees all year round, and about 2.6 million gallons of water per day coming out of the ground and feeding the Yahara chain of lakes.
So, folks at home right now, they're seeing the bubbling of the water. How exactly does that work? Because this is happening year-round.
Sure. So there's a layer of groundwater, you know, to depth under the soil, and then below that there's a confining layer that prevents that water from going any lower. So it comes down out of the hillside here, has some pressure behind it, and comes up as surface water right out of the groundwater table.
Yeah, and you can see how crystal clear that is. And you were kind of explaining to us a little bit before we got on the air here about where this kind of all leads to, too.
Yeah, so this water comes out of the ground. It's very clean. Not a lot of stuff lives in it. There's not a lot of support for life until it gets down about 100 yards from here, where it Combines with a lot of marsh water. The marsh has filtered out a lot of the water coming into it, and it combines there, and we start to see a lot of wildlife in that area using that water as a resource because it's starting to grow things that they eat in it. And then from here it heads out down into the confluence with Lake Mendota and the Yahara Chain of Lakes.
So this is just one example of really the beauty we have in our own backyard, and that's really what Trails Day is all about.
Yeah, so the Friends of Pheasant Branch have a mission to restore, protect, and promote the Conservancy, and Trails Day is really our effort to promote the Conservancy for the work that we do to get the community to come out and enjoy this area that we have without having to go too far from home. See things like the springs behind us, the wildlife that we've seen this morning. It's just all sorts of fun activities that you can come out here, clear your mind, make improvements to your mental health, and just be happier by being out in nature. And on Saturday, we'll have our Trails Day. We'll have folks from Land and Water Resources with Dane County out here to talk about water quality and the work we're doing. We'll have a community resource fair, and we'll have naturalists out here to help explain some of the things that are going on with our organization and the wildlife, the water out here.
All right. Well, Hans, thank you so much for your time this morning. We appreciate it.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Let's put the information up on the screen again. Trails Day 2023 coming up this Saturday. You can take part right here at Pheasant Branch Conservancy. It's going to be a day-long event with a couple of different events that Hans was talking about, and I'll have details with that up on channel3000.com. Back out here live at Pheasant Branch Conservancy, guys. How neat is that to see the springs
really
right
neat.
here in Middleton? You know, I think it's just cool to see what we have in our own backyard, and what photojournalist Mark Schilling said, the springs kind of match my bubbly personality, if you guys would agree with that as well.
I agree with
on
that.
this final day of spring. Pretty neat sight out here.
I didn't know that those were there.
I didn't either.
That's fascinating. Mark, could you give us another shot of those springs bubbling up? And it feeds the Yahara Chain of Lakes. That's fascinating.
Kind of a magical sight.
Wow. There you go.
Memorizing.
Science.
Is that watercress too?
It's science.
There we go. Josh Breiter. Thanks for that little peek this morning. Boy, sign me up for that event. Remember to let Josh know what inspires you in the 608. You can reach out on social media or shoot him an email.
All right, let's go back outside. Kelly Slifka's on the back patio. How's it feeling out there?
Feeling pretty good. I don't know, Chris, if you heard those red-winged blackbirds in the background there.
I was going to say, are those red-winged blackbirds
I
hear?
knew you were thinking that. I just knew it.
You were not.
Yeah, we have some mourning doves here in the patio back here up on the line there. A few birds out here this morning. What a beautiful start to our last official day of spring. Summer does arrive tomorrow, and we're looking pretty good. We do need rain, and we do have some rain in our forecast. We've just been excessively dry. In fact, for the month, we're almost 2.5 inches below average for June. Of course, May, we didn't even see an inch of rain. So since March 1st, we're almost 6 inches behind schedule. Obviously, we know we're in this moderate drought. And things will get better by the end of the weekend. We just got to be a little bit patient, a few more dry days before things get a little bit better. Temperatures today headed into the mid to upper 80s. We'll have an east wind up there around 10 to 15 miles per hour. And summer is definitely building across much of the country, across the Lone Star State. We have heat indices 115 degrees to 120. That's why they have the excessive heat warnings across much of Texas. That includes even parts of West Texas where they typically don't get a whole lot of humidity. For us, we're going to be feeling like summer with temperatures in the mid to upper 80s. Officially, summer does arrive tomorrow at 10 o'clock in the morning. Dry weather continues through Saturday, but the chance of rain does ramp up, it looks like, by Sunday. 55 in Madison, 59 in Janesville, so a nice start to our morning. The atmosphere is very dry, allows these temperatures to cool off nicely. 57 in Stoughton and also Belleville. But we will rise quickly with the sunshine, winds out of the east around 10 miles per hour. Low 80s by the noon hour, headed into the mid to upper 80s, very similar to what we had yesterday. We do have clear blue skies right now. Saturday night, we're watching some showers and thunderstorms develop across the plains. That'll move across Minnesota, Iowa, some of those reaching southern Wisconsin, it looks like later Saturday night into Sunday morning. You can see the storm system wrapping up right across northern Wisconsin, and that will bring us, all of Wisconsin, a pretty good shot of seeing some rain developing Sunday. That'll continue into Sunday night and tapering off into Monday. So the weather pattern is changing. The heaviest rain looks like it'll be falling across northern Wisconsin, maybe upwards of an inch where you see that blue shading. Here in southern Wisconsin, about 1/4 to 1/2 of an inch. I know it's not completely what we need, but at least there's that chance of seeing some rain in that 10-day forecast. 86 today, 88 tomorrow for the first full day of summer. Upper 80s for the rest of the week into the weekend. There's that chance of rain ramping up as we go into Sunday and Monday of next week.
We are officially 74 days away from Wisconsin football, and this year just feels different. Luke Fickell's arrival has created more hype than any season in recent memory. You have to imagine the players, both old and new, also feel that pressure. I spoke with Bucky's presumptive starting quarterback Tanner Mordecai, who transferred in over the offseason, as well as returning senior wide receiver Chimray DK about the unprecedented hype.
For sure, it's exciting. You know, I obviously grew up in Wisconsin, from right here in Waukesha, and you know, whenever I go home, people always talk about the Badgers. People love the Badgers, so you know, you can definitely feel the excitement, and you know, we're blessed to have the support and the fans that we do. So you know, we definitely feel that, and you know, we're excited for the season as well.
I mean, I think the guys are ready to go this fall. We've been having a great summer with our strength staff. We've been around each other a lot, and we're building relationships, and it's all positive things.
And Fickell added a future Badger yesterday when Jay Harper, a three-star cornerback from Valley, Alabama, announced his commitment to UW. Wisconsin begins rebuilding their D-back depth after losing 3 starters to the transfer portal. J.J. Watt has lived the life most Wisconsin kids dream of. Earn your way at UW, dominate in the NFL, and become one of the most iconic athletes of a generation. So it shouldn't come as a surprise that he added to his trophy case. The Pewaukee native was named to Wisconsin's Athletic Hall of Fame yesterday. He's one of 13 2023 additions to the group. Watt announced his retirement from football in December. That's your Tuesday morning sports fix. Have a fantastic day.
Coming up, popular singer hit on stage by a phone. How she's recovering and the social media reaction.
Stay with us. News 3 Now this morning is back after the break.
Watch News 3 Now at 5 with Eric, Susan, and Gary. Weeknights.
Do you suffer from GERD? Join Stoughton Health to learn how the minimally invasive LINX procedure may benefit you. The educational talk will take place over Zoom on June 22nd. Visit stoughtonhealth.com and click on Classes and Events to register.
At Pick and Save, we want our fresh produce to meet your expectations, which is why we do up to a 27-point inspection to check for things like color and scarring. Because when it comes to fresh, higher standards mean fresher produce. Pick and Save, fresh for everyone.
Lean back and enjoy the summer savings at the Century House. Right now, get a $100 instant rebate for every $1,000 you spend on any qualifying stressless seating. The more you spend, the more you can save instantly. So furnish an entire room with the most comfortable seating in the world and watch the savings add up. Shop the Century House, 3420 University Avenue in Madison.
Post says the key is under the Bizanguita cactus.
When you want to easily unlock your vacation.
Really helpful.
It matters where you stay. True by Hilton. Hilton for the stay.
Have you ever been challenged? Been tried? Made a pact with your own limits? Have you been here? There? Places no one should go. If you have, then you know that whatever you're capable of, so are we. No wonder Ford SUVs lead in brand loyalty. Now get an Explorer and get 0% APR financing for 36 months, $1,000 low APR cash, and $1,000 retail bonus cash. See your dealer.
JC tried Game Flings for the first time the other day and forgot where she was. You can always spot a first-timer. Game Flings with Oxy Boost and Febreze.
Hi, it's Preston from Window World, your locally owned and nationally known remodeler. Experience customer care and appreciation like you deserve with a family-owned small business located right here in Madison. Let us prove to you that quality and comfort are affordable with a house full of windows starting at $4,800. For the best windows, the best install, and the best price, call Window World today.
When you download the Pick and Save app, you have easy access to savings every day and get personalized coupons sent straight to your phone. Save big today when you download the Pick and Save app Pick and save. Fresh for everyone.
Do you suffer from GERD? Join Stoughton Health to learn how the minimally invasive LINX procedure may benefit you. The educational talk will take place over Zoom on June 22nd. Visit stoughtonhealth.com and click on Classes and Events to register.
Hey, we're back sharing Linda's morning. You got something harder for me, Linda? I knew this was a blue herring. It's a great picture, too. Gosh, doesn't it look, they look prehistoric when you look at them like this.
A pterodactyl.
Right. That's how pterodactyls sounded back in the, didn't you know that?
That's how blue herons sound, too. Right, Kelly?
I don't know. I have no idea.
We need to get that app.
Oh, man. Hey, thank you for sharing your morning with us, Linda. We appreciate it. If you have a great picture to share with us, we'd love to see it. Just use the hashtag MyNews3Morning when you post on social media. Well, did you guys hear that singer Bebe Rexha got hit in the head with a cell phone while she was on stage performing in New York over the weekend?
This is pretty crazy. So look at the damage done here.
Ouch.
Rexha said on Instagram,
Yikes.
she's doing okay.
Good.
But look at that black eye, big cut on her forehead too there. Police say a 27-year-old New Jersey man was arrested. He's being charged with assault. Fans are pretty mad about this on social media. If you see the video of this happening, you see this phone getting chucked.
The question is why?
And then she falls to her knees. Doesn't make any sense.
No. I mean, for one thing, I mean, you obviously are doing damage, but you lost your phone too, and everybody can find your phone and they can find you.
That's $1,000, buddy.
And then the police can have your information.
Some people, I tell you, it's a shame. Hope speedy recovery. Looks like she's doing okay.
Yeah.
It's a shiner.
Yeah, that is a shiner. All right, elevator pitch for weather this morning, Kelly.
It's going to be nice this morning in the 50s, warming into the 80s a little bit later today.
Thanks, Kelly. It's a good pitch.
Nice job.
We're back after this. Don't go anywhere.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
We're busy. I get it. So Stanton Optical works with your schedule. Buy online, pick up in store same day, and get a free fitting. I mean, look at my to-do list. Same day eye exam, same day glasses. 2 pairs plus eye exam for only $79.
My mom says that Breyers is made with real milk. I think I can hear them moving.
Breyers Natural Vanilla is made with 100% grade A milk and cream and only sustainably farmed vanilla. Better starts with Breyers.
You've evolved. You've changed. So have we. That's why new Dove Body Wash now has 24-hour renewing micro moisture for continuous care. New Dove Body Wash. Change is beautiful.
The Chevy RS family of SUVs has it all. Whether you want the 10.2-inch diagonal color touchscreen on the Chevy Blazer or extra peace of mind with Chevy Safety Assist standard on the 2023 Chevy family of SUVs. So take your pick. The choice is yours. Spring into adventure and get 1.9% financing on select popular Chevy SUVs when you finance with GM Financial. Plus, make no monthly payments for 90 days. See your Badgerland Chevy dealer today.
The Subway series.
It's the perfect menu lineup. Just give us a number, we got the rest.
Number 3.
The Monster.
6.
It's the Boss.
15.
Titan Turkey.
Number 1.
The Philly. Oh, yeah, you probably don't want that one. Look, I'm not in charge of naming the subs.
The garage door is America's new front door. So why not look at it in a whole new way? Let Precision's experienced designers come to you. Let us show you the difference a new Precision garage door can make.
Precision Door Service, a name you can trust.
Milk with your cereal with Fairlife. It's more like cereal with your ultra-filtered milk with a creamy taste plus 50% more protein, 50% less sugar. Turn nutrition into nutrition. Fairlife ultra-filtered milk.
Can an oven-roasted turkey breast pack so much succulent flavor that the mere glimpse of it induces turkey sandwich daydreams? If it's Hillshire Farm, oh, hell yeah.
Want a smarter way to mop? Introducing the new Swiffer Power Mop.
An all-in-one cleaning tool with hundreds of scrubbing strips that absorb and lock dirt away for a mop and bucket clean in half the time. Mop smarter with the new Swiffer Power Mop.
Welcome to Too Good to Guess. Can you guess how much 2 pairs of Progressives, a free eye exam, and anti-glare lens upgrade will cost at Stanton Optical? Only $135? Wow, a deal so good, every customer wins. Book your eye exam at Stanton Optical today.
Milwaukee, what's going on with our children?
This morning, frustration in Milwaukee. Several are hurt following the Juneteenth celebrations.
Plus, Wisconsin's election watchdog. She oversaw the state's contentious 2020 election. Now her future is in jeopardy.
And here's one of your first looks outside this morning. Hey, it's the last full day of spring. Kelly, feeling like we're already in the dog days of summer.
Yeah, it's definitely been feeling like that over the last week. And we're going to be heating up today, but a nice start to the morning with temperatures in the 50s. Talking about some 80s and maybe close to 90, and also some rain in that forecast as well.
Good Tuesday morning, everybody. Welcome to News 3 Now this morning. Thanks for waking up with us. I'm Leah Lynchide.
I'm Chris Stanford. Kelly Slifka's got your first warn forecast. Beautiful shot behind us.
Yeah.
The Pheasant Branch
look at the dog.
Conservancy. People getting outside this morning. Gosh, the sun came up so early today.
I know, and well, tomorrow it'll be a minute or two earlier as well, because that is the first day of summer. That'll be the longest day of the year when the sun comes up as early as it does and sets as late as it does. And we're going to be talking about some summer-like temperatures over the next few days, but right now it's a nice start to the morning. We've got the dry air in place. We've been talking about this really for the last couple of months with the dew points very low. They've been in the 30s and 40s, very dry conditions, and that's allowed these temperatures to cool off nicely this morning. 55 in Madison, 59 in Janesville. Of course, we need that moisture, the humidity to go up to bring us some rain, and that will be happening going into the weekend. Feeling like summer, though. Temperatures approaching 90 over the next few days. No rain right through Saturday, but it looks like that chance of rain does ramp up on Sunday. And it looks like a pretty good chance all of us will see some beneficial rains by the end of the weekend. Today, climbing through the 80s through the afternoon. We'll have an east wind up there near 10 miles per hour, so it's going to be a warm summer-like afternoon. Right now, starting out at 55, so very comfortable morning. Open up the windows, let in some of that cool air because we will be heating up later today. We'll talk about the heat and also that chance of rain for the weekend coming up in about 15 minutes.
All right, thanks, Kelly. Folks, you can stay on top of the changing conditions and any chance of rain with our News 3 Now mobile app. Just search WISC Weather in your app store.
We are learning more about the young victim killed in a plane crash last Wednesday in Watertown. The Waukesha School District now identifying 8-year-old Colin Strebe. He was one of the crash's 2 victims. Family and friends are remembering Colin as someone who loved to take part in his church's Upward sports and youth ministry programs. He loved soccer and basketball in particular. The young boy's family now has a memorial fund set up at his church in his honor.
I think he would love to see things happen better for his sports and what he loved here at his church, things that could be better for other kids to come to know Jesus like he did.
Leaders at Fox River Christian Church say they'll work with the family to make sure the money raised is used how they think Colin would have wanted.
We have continuing coverage now of a Juneteenth shooting in Milwaukee. Police say the 6 victims are all teenagers, male and females, 14 to 19 years old. Investigators say young women were fighting after the Juneteenth celebration parade. And the question officials are asking themselves this morning and their community, how did it start and when will it end?
I'd like to make this point and make it very clear. Milwaukee, what's going on with our children? Parents, guardians, elders, we need to engage and ensure that this violence that our children are bringing to these streets cease. No handgun, no weapon of destruction should be in the hands of our young ones.
At this point, Milwaukee police have not arrested any suspects. We have heard, though, from the governor, who tweeted out overnight, "Our hearts break for the victims of gun violence at the Juneteenth festival in Milwaukee. We must do more to stop gun violence and keep our kids and communities safe."
Developing, the future of Wisconsin's top election official is in jeopardy this morning, with her term set to expire in just 10 days. Megan Wolf could be reappointed by the 6-member board that oversees her agency, but she also needs a Senate confirmation, and that looks unlikely. Senate Majority Leader Devin LeMahieu tells us why he thinks Wolf would fail that confirmation vote.
Her mismanagement of the 2020 election. I'm doubtful that she would get to 17 votes in our caucus.
Wolf took over the agency after the state Senate rejected former Administrator Mike Haas in a similar fashion. In a letter written to clerks of court around the state, Wolf says several successful elections marked her time at the agency.
As the weather warms up, the DNR is warning anglers and boaters of a potential increase in fish kills. DNR officials say warmer water temperatures, increased pathogens, environmental issues, and thermal stress can lead to an increase in fish die-offs. So it's important to notify biologists of kills as soon as possible because dead fish decay quickly in warm temperatures and water conditions. Biologists investigate those fish kills then to determine what caused them.
Times, if you have periods of excessive heat, the water can actually become so warm that some fish species, they just can't tolerate those temperature extremes.
If you see any sort of fish kill event, call the DNR tip line. That number is 800-847-9367. Officials said that while anglers and boaters may see higher numbers of dead or diseased fish in the warmer waters, these events do not have a lasting impact on the fish population at large.
New information, 6 people are now in custody after leading police on 2 cross-county chases in stolen cars. It started yesterday morning when police learned a stolen Jeep was driving on Highway 33 near Portage. The Jeep was stopped near Windsor in Dane County after officers deflated the tires. 2 other vehicles were traveling with the Jeep, a stolen Dodge Challenger and a stolen Ram truck. Those cars also took deputies on a chase. They were caught at a store near DeForest. 6 men from Chicago are now facing charges. Their ages range from just 16 years old to 23.
A construction worker injured while working on Lambeau Field has died. A subcontractor involved in the renovation says the worker died Saturday. The Green Bay Fire Department says the worker was trapped while working on the stadium last week. First responders were able to remove him, took him to a nearby hospital, but again, he passed away. Details, though, about how he got trapped have not yet been released.
Developing a heads up for your summer grilling plans. There's a recall from sausage company Johnsonville. They're recalling more than 42,000 pounds of Better with Cheddar sausages. The USDA says the ready-to-eat pork links could be contaminated with plastic. Throw it out if it's in your fridge right now.
The State Finance Committee is set to make its final state budget vote this week. After turning down funding, though, for the Child Care Counts program, folks have written in nearly 50,000 letters asking lawmakers to reconsider. The Child Care Counts program would have given $300 million to help subsidize child care in the state to make up for federal funding that's about to run out. Nonprofit Raising Wisconsin says the committee's decision last Friday was short-sighted and will have dire economic consequences down the road for the state. Raising Wisconsin, their website, shows folks have already sent over 71,000 letters. Republicans, by the way, say they're currently working on their own child care legislation.
All right, at 6:37 on your Tuesday. Coming up after the break, can heavy drinkers really hold their liquor? Well, a new study tests that theory.
All right, today is the last full day of spring. Summer arrives tomorrow. Going to be feeling like summer with temperatures well into the 80s. We do have a chance to rain as well. The first warm forecast coming up.
Plus, we're live from Pheasant Branch Conservancy this morning talking about Trails Day 2023 and what you can do in the 608 when News 3 Now this morning continues.
This 4th, we're throwing a 4 for the 4th celebration with 4 top Bobopedic mattresses like my budget-friendly Charm, my cool Synergy, my pressure-relieving Treasure, and my Lush mattress. Join the 4 for the 4th celebration at Bob's. It's gonna be lit.
Have you ever been challenged, been tried, made a pact with your own limits? Have you been here, there, places no one should go? If you have, then you know that whatever you're capable of, so are we. No wonder Ford SUVs lead in brand loyalty. Now get Edge or Escape with 0% APR financing for 36 months, only at your Wisconsin and UP Ford dealers.
Hey, it's your dry skin. Every day we lose ceramides I need to seal in moisture. CeraVe delivers 3 essential ceramides to help restore my barrier so I can lock in moisture, feel hydrated, and look healthy. CeraVe Facial Moisturizing Lotions.
Freaking roots. Did someone say roots?
Magic Root Cover Up by L'Oreal Paris.
I can cover your grays in 3, 2, 1. Yes. It's magic.
Magic Root Cover Up by L'Oreal Paris.
We're worth it.
The Spring Green Art Fair is coming June 24th and 25th to downtown Spring Green.
Hundreds of artists from around the nation will be there both days. Don't miss the fun and excitement June 24th and 25th in Spring Green.
When you take me by the hand, I feel better again. Oh, I feel better now.
Ruggability. We straight made that word up. How else to describe the otherwise indescribable, rugged, capable, incredible versatility and affordability of a Honda SUV? Kelley Blue Book's KBB.com calls Honda the best value brand. Car and Driver calls Honda the winningest brand in 10 best history. But we like ruggability, and you'll like the incredifantabulous deals, so see your Wisconsin Heartland Honda dealer today. Honda gets Wisconsin.
This 4th, we're throwing a 4 for the 4th celebration with 4 of my highly rated bedroom sets, like my 5-piece Tremont, my 4.5-star Spencer, my Farmhouse Foundry set, and my show-stopping Diva. Join the 4 for the 4th celebration at Bob's. It's gonna be lit.
News 3 Now is taking action to find and deliver the news stories that matter where you live.
Taking action to uncover the truth, getting answers, and finding solutions that can make an impact in your life and our community where we all live.
Taking action for South Central Wisconsin. News 3 Now.
Madison Mallards Baseball brings you a night of fireworks on the base paths, and after the game is over, join us for the Mallards Pride Night, Friday, June 23rd against the Green Bay Rockers with fireworks after the game. News 3 Now is a proud sponsor of Madison Mallards Baseball.
You're watching News 3 Now this morning.
On the Health Watch this morning, new research appears to debunk the popular belief that heavy drinkers can hold their liquor. The study says people with alcohol use disorder, what used to be called alcoholism, were significantly impaired up to 3 hours after downing several drinks. Researchers gave different types of drinkers 4 or 5 drinks. Heavy drinkers and those with a disorder had no problem with a cognitive test 30 minutes after consuming the drinks. Lighter drinkers, though, did feel sedated and fatigued. However, both groups still had trouble with their motor function.
Republican lawmakers are circulating a bill to support mental health clubhouses. The programs would offer services to those with mental illness or awaiting diagnoses. Lawmakers emphasize the importance of the clubhouses to address mental health challenges, education, housing, crisis services, and more. The clubhouses would not serve as treatment or medical centers. They'd be funded through the Department of Health Services.
6:41, let's check in with Kelly Slifka out on the back patio. How's it feeling out there?
Feeling great. What a beautiful morning on this last full day of spring. I know we think of summer really starting at the 1st of June, and we've got some summer-like temperatures going forward. And I tell you what, this is the longest day of the year arrives tomorrow. So the sun comes up at 5:18. You can see how high that sun is up in the sky, and here we're not even at 7 o'clock. So that sun came up about an hour and a half ago, and we'll see plenty of that sunshine going through the afternoon. Temperatures running above average, headed into the mid to upper 80s today. The average is about 80. Our overnight low, 59 tonight. Maybe you want to head to the pool. Going to be a beautiful day with it. Just make sure you lather on that sunscreen because we have plenty of that sun to go around. Temperatures in the mid 80s today, mid to upper 80s this afternoon. Summer is really taking hold across the southern plains. In fact, excessive heat warnings across much of the Lone Star State across Texas. And this extends further to the west. Usually you don't think of a lot of humidity in West Texas, but due to a lot of moisture they've had, a lot of rain that they've had throughout the springtime season, they're expecting the heat index to get up to 110 to 120 across much of the Lone Star State. Speaking of heat, now that we've got all that sun out there, and of course we have a full day's supply of sunshine today, temperatures approaching 90. It doesn't take long for the inside temperature of your car with the windows rolled up to reach almost 110 in 10 minutes, 20 minutes, 120, 30 minutes, almost 125. So make sure you have everything outside of that car before you leave, even if you're running into the convenience store for a brief time. Feeling like summer today with temperatures well into the 80s, approaching 90. It looks like it'll be dry through Saturday. Chances of rain do ramp up by the end of the weekend. A nice start to the morning, 55 in Madison, 64 in Mineral Point, Lone Rock at 55 across Dane County, 58 in Sauk City, 61 in Mount Horeb, and also Cross Plains, 58 in Stoughton. Temperatures climbing quickly with the dry air in place and all that sun. Low 80s already at the noon hour, topping out in the mid to upper 80s today. A beautiful afternoon. Just gonna be warm. We do have a chance of rain. Now, I think most of Saturday dry. It won't be until Saturday night after midnight. Some showers and storms rolling in from the west. across parts of Minnesota into southern Wisconsin. Maybe a little bit of a break Sunday morning, and then more opportunities for rain across the entire Badger State. So all of us looking at some beneficial rains going into the later part of the weekend, and even chance of rain into Monday. As far as rainfall amounts, heaviest in northern Wisconsin, upwards of an inch. Here in southern Wisconsin, we could be picking up a half of an inch. Our first warm forecast, mid to upper 80s for the rest of the week. Dry conditions in through Saturday, but that chance of rain does ramp up Saturday night into Sunday. That'll continue into Monday. Temperatures back off a little bit, back in the low 80s by Tuesday and Wednesday.
All right. Kelly Slifka, thank you very much. We appreciate it. 6:45 Trails Day 2023 coming up this weekend in the 608. Organizers hope you can get out and enjoy what we have in our own backyard.
So many great trails here in Dane County. Josh Breider's on one of them right now this morning. Boy, what a gorgeous morning to be outside, Josh.
Oh my gosh, you guys. Yeah, how lucky are we to be out here this morning taking it all in? We've been getting our steps in as well. I feel like we've been walking all morning, which has been so fun because we've seen so much wildlife. We've seen so many people out here enjoying it. And this is really what Trails Day is all about coming up this Saturday. And the Friends of Pheasant Branch Conservancy are welcoming folks out to celebrate what we have in our own backyard once again this year. Hans Hilbert with the Friends is out here. Hans, good morning.
Yeah, that's what our intent is on Saturday, is just to get a wide variety of groups out that might not otherwise come out and enjoy the Conservancy and learn a little bit about the work that the Friends of Pheasant Branch Conservancy do out here to restore, promote, and protect the Conservancy.
I think it's a good reminder that, you know, we are right here in Middleton. I mean, you can see the water tower right here. We're right outside of the city, but this is really a nice little escape in nature.
Yeah, you don't have to go very far to get here. Ride your bike, walk, take the bus. You know, there's some limited parking areas if you're coming in from a little bit further away, but, you know, it's right here in most of our backyard, and it's a treasure that we should come out and enjoy and learn a little bit about.
So Saturday's an opportunity to learn a little bit about what you guys have out here at the Conservancy. Here's a propagation garden. What exactly is this area we're looking at?
Yeah, so this is a special area that we've lined with these stones to kind of mark that something special is going on here, and we're focused on raising species that we need primarily for wildlife benefit that we have in the prairie, but we want to increase the diversity and the richness throughout the prairie. So here we have some prairie drop seed, and if you were a bird, as this grows, you kind of get down into this middle part and you start to use this and build a circle, and you get your nest in there. And a lot of our grassland birds, they're losing habitat because we don't have these species of plants. So we know that if we increase these throughout the Conservancy, we're also going to be providing habitat for birds, insects, things of that nature. So this whole propagation garden is full of those difficult species or expensive species to get growing. But we're using this area both to demonstrate that and then to grow these species and be able to collect their seeds and distribute them elsewhere in the prairies and throughout Dane County.
So that'll be kind of part of Saturday's event. You'll have naturalists out here that'll be able to explain some of what you guys have going on.
Yeah, we'll have some short walks, some long walks. We'll have some accessibility ATV, all-terrain wheelchairs to be able to get people out and show them things that they might not understand if they just walk by and wonder why this area is here. We'll have land and water resource folks from the county out talking about the importance of water quality and how we clean that up. We'll have some folks demonstrating a trash lab to understand the impacts of waste and pollution in the area. But most of all, we just want to have a fun family day. We'll have kite flying, face painting, a lot of activities, fun for the whole family. Bonzo will be out with their food truck, so some time to sit and enjoy some food and drink and listen to some live music that we'll have scheduled.
Gonna be a great day.
Yeah.
Hans, thank you so much for your time this morning. We appreciate the nice little walk we've had.
Yeah, it's been great. What a perfect morning.
Perfect way to start a Tuesday, and for maybe some of your Mondays out there this week, guys. Let's put the information up on the screen. Again, Trails Day 2023 coming up this Saturday. The Prairie Chase Run Walk happening in the morning. The event continues into the afternoon. If you want to find more information, you can go to the story right now up up on the Channel 3000 mobile app or our website as well. I posted links right to their website for you to learn more. What a fun morning out here, guys. I don't even want to come back to work today. This is such a beautiful morning to be able to start your day, and the weather is fantastic. It's good to get out before it gets a little hotter later on here, guys, but definitely recommend coming out here to the Conservancy to check things out.
So jealous of his
It's
job
gorgeous,
constantly.
isn't it?
Baby Zeke would love this. Definitely a great family-friendly event this weekend. Josh, thanks for highlighting it. We appreciate it.
Josh is always looking for inspirational ideas, so share yours with him. Just reach out on social media or email him for a chance to be featured.
All right, it's 6:49. Coming up in the morning sprint, the frantic rescue efforts near the wreckage of the Titanic.
And if you got a kiddo turning 3, send us their picture like Lucy's parents did. Happy birthday, Lucy. Hope you have a great one. We'll be right back.
Channel 3000 Plus. Watch from your streaming media player or mobile device.
Join us at the Madison Parade of Homes, exclusively sponsored by Nuns. Visit and get inspired for your 2023 building and remodeling projects. Go to MadisonParadeofHomes.com and purchase your tickets today.
This may look like an action-adventure movie, but it's a Nissan sales event ad.
Get 0% financing for 36 months on select Rogue trims.
These epic offers won't last forever.
Imagine this. It's 1968, and the mayor of Milwaukee says nope to Summerfest. How many bands would you have never seen? And how many lakeside selfies just wouldn't exist? You'd never have met your new best friend while singing along to every song. Or know the feeling of hitting all 12 stages before the headliner. Thankfully, 55 years ago, Summerfest was a yes. And every year since has been one to remember. Don't miss Milwaukee Summerfest, presented by American Family Insurance.
You know that feeling of having to rewash dishes that didn't get clean? I don't.
New Cascade Platinum Plus with double the Dawn grease fighting power and double the scrubbing power for a no rewash clean and a cabinet ready shine. Upgrade to new Cascade Platinum Plus. Dare to dish differently.
Want a smarter way to mop? Introducing the new Swiffer Power Mop. An all-in-one cleaning tool with hundreds of scrubbing strips that absorb and lock dirt away for a mop and bucket clean in half the time. Mop smarter with the new Swiffer Power Mop.
When your travel adventure is more of a misadventure, it matters where you stay.
And here's some warm DoubleTree cookies.
DoubleTree by Hilton. Hilton for the stay.
Frisky's World, the perfect reminder that life's more fun in the deep end.
Yeah, so never stop exploring. Always keep it real.
And do whatever floats your boat, just like we do.
Feed their fantasy.
Friskies.
Don't wait until the weekend to enjoy a thick charbroiled steak made to your liking. Make a weeknight steak night at High Point Steakhouse, Southern Wisconsin's premier supper club. Well worth the short drive to Ridgeway.
Brothers Maine enjoys 4th of July festivities with family, friends, and fabulous kitchen and laundry deals. Our fireworks of savings on GE appliances and free delivery will make you ooh and ah. Feel like family at Brothers Maine.
This may look like an action-adventure movie, but it's a Nissan sales event ad.
Get 0% financing for 36 months on select Rogue trims.
These epic offers won't last forever.
Join us at the Madison Parade of Homes, exclusively sponsored by Nuns. Visit and get inspired for your 2023 building and remodeling projects. Go to MadisonParadeofHomes.com and purchase your tickets today.
Watch News 3 Now at 6 with Eric, Charlotte, Gary, and Zach, weeknights.
6:52, time for the morning sprint.
Rescuers are running out of time to find the small submarine that's missing near the wreckage of the Titanic. It disappeared Sunday with 5 people on board in the North Atlantic Ocean. It has less than 4 days worth of oxygen and supplies. Coming up on CBS Mornings, the crew will break down the protocol in place to help those folks on board survive.
And we're following some breaking news this morning from France. Investigators there are searching the headquarters of the Paris Olympic Committee. It's part of a probe into possible corruption. The 2024 Summer Games scheduled to take place in Paris next year. The office is not commenting any further. An 8-year-old boy from Waukesha is one of the 2 people killed in a plane crash in Watertown last week. His church is remembering him as a boy who loves sports. His family is now launching a memorial fund with the church in his honor. You can read more about how to donate at channel3000.com.
6 people are injured this morning from a shooting after the Milwaukee Juneteenth parade celebration. Thousands of people were in attendance. Governor Evers responding in a tweet saying, "Our hearts break tonight for the victims." He went on to say, "We must do more to stop gun violence and keep our kids and communities safe."
More Wisconsin colleges could close their doors and tuition become more costly. That's coming from the UW system as it scrambles to figure out how to handle a potential $32 million funding cut. Assembly Speaker Robin Vos has threatened to pull that money over diversity, equity, and inclusion efforts on campuses. 2-year campuses could be hit the hardest.
The DNR is warning fishers and boaters of the potential for an increase in fish kills as the warmer weather sets in. In periods of excessive heat, water can become so warm that some species of fish can't tolerate it. If you notice a fish kill event, you should report it immediately to the DNR tip line. We have that up right now on channel3000.com.
Vermont's Attorney General suing Monsanto for its part in producing chemicals known as PCBs. The case is seeking damages for losses to the state's environment and fighting against the cancer-causing chemical leaching into schools. 13 schools throughout the Vermont state have reported harmful levels of the chemical in their air and their waterways.
2 days of tense talks and no agreement. That's the message from the Secretary of State, Antony Blinken, this morning. He's returning from a trip to China where the 2 countries tried to reestablish communications to avoid a military crash. That failed, at least for now, but more talks are expected soon.
All right, good morning. 5 minutes away from 7 o'clock. A very nice start to our Tuesday morning. The last day of spring officially, astronomically at least, but we've got plenty of sunshine out there. Going to be feeling like summer going into the afternoon, even though we are starting off nice and cool. 55 right now in Madison, 62 in Juneau, Janesville at 63, 55 in Lone Rock, the Dells at 63. Temperatures warming fairly quickly. In fact, I think as we get into the noon hours, should be above 80 degrees. A lot of sunshine today. East winds around 10 miles per hour. Beautiful afternoon as we head into the mid to upper 80s today with the sunshine, east winds at 10 miles per hour, and the first warm forecast carries that warm weather through the rest of the week. The official day of summer starts tomorrow. Temperatures this weekend in the upper 80s. We do have pretty good chances of rain, it looks like, by Saturday night into Sunday. That could linger into Monday as temperatures back off a little bit by the early part of next week.
You're thinking that might be the drink of water we need.
I think widespread rainfall amounts, beneficial amounts, at least a half of an inch.
Okay, Kelly, thank you very much.
Another news and weather update coming up in 30 minutes.